Hi guys. Let's look at Proverbs 4:23 today. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. That word guard comes from a root word that does mean to protect, to care for, to maintain. And so we need to think about above all else, above everything else, maintain and care for your heart, because everything you do flows from it. Now, it reminds me of well visits with my children. And with both of them, I looked forward to their well visits to the doctor. I wanted to see how much they had grown. I wanted to tell the doctor all the things that they were doing because they were the smartest, most amazing babies on earth. And I wanted to know what I needed to do to help them thrive even more. And I wanted to be able to talk to the doctor about every little concern, about every little detail, because I loved them. They were precious treasures. And I still, to this day, I have a 17-year-old that I take to his well visit every year. We call it a physical now, but it's still the same thing. Is he healthy? Is he functioning the way he's supposed to? Our hearts are just as important as our little babies. And even Jesus says, be like a child. Take care of that precious heart. And so really we have to think about, and maybe right now, let's just ask the Lord, Lord, what does it look like to guard my heart? What does it look like to take care of me? And maybe it's a specific action. Maybe he's reminding you of a place or an emotion. But pay attention to all those details that he's showing you of what does it look like to maintain and care for my heart. Just last night, we went to see the Wonder Woman movie. And of course, the Lord spoke beautifully through that movie. And what was amazing is during Diana's training, Diana is Wonder Woman in case you didn't know. During Diana's training, she was fantastic. She was amazing. It was breathtaking watching her in training. But they kept pushing her. And they kept telling her, it's not enough. You've got more in you. You're stronger than this. Over and over again, they would say, Diana, you're stronger than this. And I would think, how could she be stronger than this? This is fantastic. But what they knew that she wasn't aware of was the divinity that was in her. And so often we forget that the divine maker of the universe, God's Spirit, is within us. And so I think one of the most powerful things for us to remind ourselves is at the top of our game, at our very best, when our day is fantastic, everything's going the way it's supposed to, for us to say, God has more for me than this. Because we're really good at checking in on our hearts when we're falling apart, when our heart is broken, when we're hurting and we're wounded and we say, Lord, I need you. Lord, I'm hurt. I can't do this anymore. Then we want to take care of ourselves. We're really good at the sick visits to the doctor. We're not so great at the well visits. But what if we started asking ourselves when things are good and saying, Lord, what do you have for me today? Because there's more. There's more for us. So I want us to just right now say, heart, how are you today? What's going on? How are you doing? And whether our day is amazing or whether we're really struggling, let's ask the Lord, Lord, what do you have for me today? And that's a everyday kind of question. That's a multiple times through the day kind of question. Because the divine presence of the Lord is within us. And so there's so much that we haven't even tapped into yet. I'm excited for you. Be blessed.